Tape Letters, Chapter 22. My dear Wormwood, so, your man is in love, and in the worst kind he could have possibly have fallen into, and with a girl that does not even appear in the report you sent me. You will be interested to note that that little misunderstanding with the secret police which you try to raise about some unguarded expressions in one of my letters has been tidied over. If you are reckoning on that in securing my good offices, you will find yourself mistaken. I have enclosed a little booklet, just issued, by the new House of Correction for Incompetent Tempters. It is profusely illustrated, and you'll not find a dull page in it. I looked up this girl's dossier, and am horrified at what I find. Not just a Christian, but such a Christian, a vile, sneaking, simpering, monosyllabic, mouse-like, watery, virginal, bread and butter miss, the little brute. She makes me vomit. She stinks and scalds through the pages of the dossier. It maddens me the way this world has worsened. We'd have had her in the arena in the old days. That's what her sort is good for. Not that she'd do as much good there either, the two-faced little cheat. I know the sort. Looks as if she'd faint at the sight of blood, and yet dies with a smile. A cheat in every way. Looks as if butter couldn't melt in her mouth, and yet has a satirical wit. The sort of creature who would find me funny. The insipid little prude. And yet she's ready to fall into that booby's arms like any other breeding animal. Why doesn't the enemy just blast her for it, if he's so moonstruck by virginity, instead of looking on there, grinning? He's a hedonist at heart. All those fastened vigils and stakes and crosses are only a facade, or like foam along the seashore. Out in the sea, out in his sea, there's pleasure and more pleasure. He makes no secret of it. At his right hand are pleasures forevermore. I don't think he has the least inkling to the high and austere power to which we rise to in the miserific vision. He's vile, Wormwood. He's got a bourgeois mind. He's filled this world full for things for humans to do without his minding in the least. Sleeping, waking, washing, eating, drinking, making love, praying, playing, working. Everything has to be twisted before it can be of any use to us because we fight under cruel disadvantages. Not that that excuses you. I will deal with you presently. You have always hated me and been insolent when you dared. Then he gets to know this woman's family and whole circle. Couldn't you see that the house in which she lives is one he ought never to have entered? The whole place reeks of that deadly odor. The gardener, who's only been there 5 years, has begun to acquire it. Guests, after a weekend visit, carry away some of the smell with them. Even the dog and cat are tainted with it. And it's a house full of that impenetrable mystery. We are certain, because it is a matter of first principle, that each member of the family is somehow making capital of the other. But we cannot find out how. They guard as jealously as the enemy himself that pretense of what really lies behind disinterested love. It bears a sickening resemblance to what one human writer made of heaven. The vast regions where all is music, and that which is not music is silence. Music and silence, how I detest them both. How thankful we should be that ever since our Father entered into hell, longer ago than humans, reckoning in light years, could express, that no square inch of infernal space and no moment of infernal time has been occupied by either of those two abominable forces, but has been occupied by noise. Noise, that grand dimension, the audible expression of all that is ruthless, succulent, and virile. Noise which alone defends us against silly qualms, despairing scruples, and impossible desires. The whole universe will be a noise in the end. We've already made great strides in regards to Earth, though I admit we are not yet loud enough or anything like it. Research is in process. Meanwhile, you disgusting little... Here the manuscript breaks off and is resumed in a different hand. In the heat of composition, I find I have inadvertently allowed myself to take on the form of a large centipede. I am accordingly dictating the rest to my secretary. Now that the transformation is complete, I recognize it as a periodical phenomenon. Some rumor of it has reached the humans, and a distorted account appears with the poet Milton, with the ridiculous addition that such changes of form are a punishment imposed on us by the enemy. A more modern writer, someone by the name of Pshaw, has, however, grasped the truth. Transformation proceeds from within, and is a glorious manifestation of that life force which our Father would worship if he worshipped anything but himself. In my present form, I am even more anxious to see you and to unite you to myself in an indissoluble embrace. Signed, Toadpipe, for his abysmal sublimity, Undersecretary Screwtape, TEBS, etc.
Hurt your back. Where's it going?
You sure it wasn't a fart?
Those things are bound to slip out every once in a while. Zachary, you old hoot, it's good to see you again.
You too, you old loon. How are things at the nursing home, man?
Oh, you know, not much has changed. Julie tripped over Naomi's hair the other day. And Kazi has to have 7 registered nurses and a quarterback hold him down to take his morphine.
Kazi, I remember that old rascal. Back in the day, he had a band. Do you remember what that thing was called? Foso Boy Band? Was that it?
Don't remind me of that. That was horrible music. It was just a bunch of banging around. But I suppose that back in 2012, everyone really loved their Java House act. I don't know why.
Banging around? I know you're deaf now, but you couldn't have been back then. That was the best music I've ever heard.
Now, Zachary Werner, why are you getting so defensive? Do you have something to tell me?
I do. I'm one of them. I'm joining the boys band.
Reba, I'm coming home. You know, they say confession is good for the soul, but that really pierces my heart. Nevertheless, I guess I better introduce this foolish. Please welcome the Foso Boy Band featuring Trench, Ebert, Nathaniel, Chandler, Ben Byler, and Zach. And let's see, what number are they gonna sing? Oh, they're gonna sing "Tearing Up My Heart" by NSYNC.
Without you. Baby, I don't understand why we can't be lovers. Things are getting So without you,
and for all you ladies out there that are wanting a love and wanting to feel the love tonight, Closer Boy Band has provided flowers over there by the refreshments. For the ladies only. In the lovely Haus.
We are now going to have a very brief intermission. 15, that was a good year back in 1915. But if you are interested, I think some of us old fogies are going to be sharing Metamucil over there. So, but meanwhile, I have to find the bathroom. So we'll see you back for more fun times right after this.